Alright, so here is the next project. It is a Suzuki GSX 600F. So I bought this for 400 quid. Does it run? I don't know. Turns over though. However, I'm not going to do it too much because we've got gloves over the air intakes. There we go. So look. So it does turn over, which is brilliant news. The next job now, I'm going to wheel this into the unit. We're going to get the carbs back on it, get the fuel tank back on it, airbox, because I believe we need the airbox because that's how the fuel pump thingy works. Just hopefully get it running. Lovely wheels, brand new tyres front and rear. It hasn't been off the road for very long, so let's see if we can find out why it was taken off the road in the first place. Right, so we've got her inside. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to get these gloves off, which are cable tied on currently. We'll just chop the cable ties, get the gloves out, and I believe there's some paper that's been stuffed in there too. Take it out. We're going to put a little dribble of petrol down all the cylinders, or WD-40 actually, see if we can get to do anything. Let's do that. Let's see if it'll do anything. So we'll switch on. The key is a little bit finicky. I mean, it's in run. Nah, okay. Well, that's not fuel. That's just WD-40. It's not the most explosive of items. So I think let's not waste our battery. Let's get the carbs on. We're just going to whip the bottom of the carbs off just to check that there's no crap in them. And we'll put it back together, see if we can get it running properly. Right, so we've got the carburetors here, and I just want to go through quickly, whip the bowls off each of them. It's only 2 screws on each of them, just to check that it's all relatively clean on the inside. It just seems a bit pointless putting it all back together without checking, because if they're all gummed up, well, we might as well check. So let's do that quickly. Yeah, that all looks alright to me. Yeah, once again, lovely and clean inside the carburetor. Once again, all looks absolutely perfect inside of there. Right, so the carburetors all look absolutely fine. So I was told by the guy who I bought this off, it had issues with fuel pissing out everywhere from somewhere. Don't exactly know where. He wasn't very specific on that. He was foreign, so wasn't 100% sure what he meant. So I think next thing to do, get these slotted onto the bike, get the airbox slotted onto these, fuel tank, slot that on, get some fuel run into it all, and well, see if anything happens. Let's do it. Not the easiest to get on, but once they're on, they're on. So to be completely honest, we're not getting anywhere with that at all. So I've taken the carbs back off, and we're just going to loosen the clamps that kind of squeeze the rubber onto the actual carb. Hopefully it's going to make it a bit looser, hopefully a bit easier to get them on. We'll have to find out. There we are. Oh, much better. So that's the carbs mounted. Now we're just going to run along and tighten all those clamps, make sure that they're going to be nice and tight. We won't get any air leaks as well then, that'll be perfect. So now what we're doing here, I'm just fitting the throttle cable. However, it's very hard to see what I'm doing. Couldn't quite find a good camera angle for it, but I probably should have done this with the carbs off the bike. However, well, we've already fitted them now, so we'll just get this hooked up. Right, so I'm sorry it's really hard to show you what I was doing. However, if I show you now, we've just got the throttle cable connected, which is just down here. So the throttle, if we can look in there, the throttle linkage is all moving nicely, which is brilliant. I've absolutely no clue where the choke cable goes on this, so for now we're just going to slot the airbox on, sit the fuel tank on top of it, and we'll see if anything works. There's no point hooking it up if there is still a chance that it won't work. So we're going to just slot everything together, see if we can get it running. If we can, do a bit of research, find out where that choke cable goes to. So this wasn't easy to fit, just kind of a lot wiggling. I mean, one carb alone is hard enough to fit, let alone bloody 4 of them. But yeah, it's alright, we got it done in the end. If we look underneath there, we've got quite a lot of pipes. And obviously those two there are for the fuel going in, and then there's this one here that goes down to the side of the carb there, and then obviously connect the wires up there. But let's see if she runs. Let's see. Key is a bit finicky. Oh, there we go. Right. Oh. Oh my god. Is it that? What the fuck? Right, it's okay, it's running really fucking good. Oh my god. So I've noticed this fuel tank has actually had a patch on it before, however it hasn't been done very well, so it was leaking a little bit of fuel. So just scraped it off. Now I'm mixing up a little bit of the 2-part epoxy. This is the same stuff we used on the CB450DX build recently. So literally just pour out an even amount, mix it all together, and then we paste it on the actual fuel tank, and then you just need to give it a couple of hours to dry. Now it's time to get the airbox mounted, and then we'll get all the panels mounted, and then we'll give it a proper little rev. Now it's just a case of fitting the pillion seat and then fitting the locking mechanism for the front rider seat. Now with these 4 bolts we're going to fit the rear rack, and obviously we repeat this process on the other side. Before we go and put it fully back together, we're just going to check that it is running and it's running right just before we go and put all the panels back on, because we don't really want to be taking it all off again. Let's just check. So in run, you've got to wiggle the key backs and forwards a bit just to get it in. I don't really know why it's like that, but it is. But I don't want to replace it. Don't really want to put some cheap Chinese rubbish in it. So let's see. Lovely. Right, let's get this side panel on. So unfortunately, the guy who I bought this off, he hasn't supplied me with all of the nuts and bolts that were actually required to put this back together. So I presume he must have lost some on the way. But it's fine. We're going to slot it together still and wheel it out and give it a little rev. But we can get it more or less together. However, I'm going to order a nut and bolt kit just so we can properly complete this. But there's still bits we can do in the meantime. Give it a really good clean up. Get it looking absolutely beautiful. Somewhere in your chest, on your sweetheart hidden mist. So obviously it's still got a bit of a way to go, but my god, that thing is so much better. You're gonna have to excuse the wind, it's pretty windy out here, but there we have it. Look at that, my god, that thing is so much better. It looks absolutely, it's stunning. I mean, it's really not in that bad of a condition at all. It's got some sort of an aftermarket exhaust on it, so it sounds insane. It's idling a little bit low. I just need to adjust the idle screw on it. Haven't got around to that yet. But yeah, do need to adjust that, but I mean, like, honestly, this is going so good. It sounds so good and it looks so good. I mean, it's such a beautiful bike, that is. So, if you enjoyed this video, I know it's only a short one, but we have got part 2 coming up for this, and we've also got another bike coming out, and that is all you're going to see of it. The only hint is it's a classic 2-stroke. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please smash that subscribe button, like this video, let me know what you thought of it in the comments, because I love reading through the comments to see what you guys have to say about the videos. So I'll see you in the next video, guys. Let's give this thing one last little rev.